Hello, Flo. It's me, Cynthia, and Marty Balbon, and Azalea. She's on the screen. And we are Green Girl Studios, and this is our Sunday Magic Out. So Wednesday, we did a fun thing called Lucky Dip, and I kind of have a memory of where that came from. Like why did I call it that? And there was this gem rock shop in Albuquerque way back when, and they had tumbled rocks, and you weren't supposed to pick. You had this scoop, and you're supposed to scoop it straight into this little bag. And I remember that like randomly the other day. But what I did for what we're talking about is that I have crochet necklace kits and I put them in these little boxes. I'm going to show them. I have one sitting here. Here's me. And it's this. Oops.
Is it off?
Yeah. Plug it back in.
It is plugged in.
No,
It's
you
just-
need to hit it again.
No,
There.
it's plugged in. It's just messed up. Just busted cord, unfortunately. Here, sorry.
All right, back. Sorry.
Hello? Okay.
Go over and then try
Sorry, guys. Problems already.
problems in the beginning. Azalea did something to the cord. That's what
My finger brushed.
her finger
Against it.
lightly brushed it. This cord is
It's just busted. Our face cam cord is busted and old.
yeah, it's not new.
We'll figure something out. Get a new one.
Doesn't need. Say a thumbs up if you're going around in the bed all day.
Look at that
But I
cat.
haven't.
Yeah, everybody's saying Marty because look how perfect his loaf is. Beautiful.
Flat Rock. Melanie's in Flat Rock. Is that where I go to that bakery in Flat Rock? I think there's a bakery.
We did go to
Yeah,
Flat Rock like
Yeah,
just
we
now.
did. We did. There was we went to an estate sale in Flat Rock, and I believe I got, what did I get that day? Sometimes you'll go and you'll get like I got a bag of silverware, and that was like the best day of my life. And then another one I got really good paper. And then another time I got nothing. So you never know. You never know what you're gonna find. And that's kind of the fun of it, I guess. So anyway, back to the lucky dip. So what happens is I've organized my beads like this since I found these boxes whenever they came out, like this. See? And you can see, you'd never guess that the top somehow, even with this thing in place, it's like, how do they come off? The top is in place. How is it possible? They can't even, it's like a snug fit. And I thought for a long time that if I put a rubber band around it and I stored them in this, I have this, I don't know what it's for, but it's like a black zipper case. And I have these stacked up, like one on top of the other. And I'm like, it zipped the whole thing up. And I had them organized by color. I still have them organized by color. I have probably two of these cases, two of the containers. And a few of them leaked. The tops came off and leaked. And so I was not about to go through an individual, because I'm talking small beads. For these crochet necklaces, you want a small bead. You don't want a big bead, because see, here's a big bead. Big beads work too. I don't know if you can see this, but I found some pretty nice black opal mala beads. And I don't know if you can see that. They're really pretty. And I wanted to maximize them. So I put them on here, and I think I have 8 or 9. I did this on a lot. It's one of my favorite necklaces, actually. But you can use big beads. But I think most people like it best, and I sell them the best at shows. I'm actually down to, I think I have one left from my last necklace batch. This one is one where I did one side silver Karen Hill tribe beads, and the other side are sapphires. And so these beads are also, they're in that. And I might have gone a little hog wild because I started opening the containers, and I was like, I don't know if this ever happens to anybody else, but I get kind of a little bit where once I start something, I'm in it to win it. And then nothing else. You drive a train through here, and I wouldn't even know it. But look what I did. I ended up I emptied all of these. Good thing that wasn't full of stuff right then. But I emptied this whole thing and another one. And you know what? You can't even close the lid on the one. And it is full of goodies. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. But I was like, whatever. It'll be, it'll be a good time. It'll be fun for everyone. Everyone's gonna have fun with this. Oh, Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, my friends. I see, I got this phone is somewhat blocking my view here. So I'm looking at this. Hello, Cherie. Hello, my friends. I'm way behind here. Hello, Cecilia. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, my friends. Tina. Hello. Clem, my friend. Yes. Okay. So anyway, I've got this thing chock full. And some of you might be like, what do you do with all those little itty bitty beads? Well, besides making a crochet necklace, this is one of my favorite things to do with it. You can make, this is not super small, but this is in that realm of, now what's in the box is around the same size. These are a little bit larger. There's some rondelles. Rondelles aren't usually my favorite shape because they can be kind of challenging. So what I did with these is I took dark and light. I'm going to have to flip the camera so you can get a better look. But this is all wire wrapped, and I used some gold wire that I had. This was a little treat for me. And I have to put my optimizers to see. This is probably Vermeil. I don't think I used 14 karat gold because, sometimes you get precious with your materials. And that can be something where you just end up sitting on it. And then, right? I'm going to flip this camera around. Caroline, I'm with you. Caroline says, I could spend a month organizing and then not know where I put the beads I want to use. Same. That happens to me all the time. Oh, hello, Julie. Julie, my friend. Hello, Mary. Oh, Tom, my friend. Tom, we went to CCAD together way back when we were like 19 years old. That was good times. We were in the same painting classes. And the cat that is staring into the void. Actually, he's staring into his sister's eyes across the way. She's giving him a death stare, and she's probably going to rough him up later. And he's out. See, Lottie's here. And you know what? When he's here, y'all remember when he had that bladder infection? So there was this thing on YouTube that told how to get a cat to pee into these pellets. And they followed this YouTube video, and now Marty won't have anything to do with them because Lockie sneezed him so much.
My boyfriend.
That's his boyfriend. His actual name is Lakai. And I think he told people to call him Kai, but then his lady calls him Lockie, and then they got a call.
Now everybody says that.
Does everybody say that?
Yeah.
How does he feel about it?
He don't mind.
Good. That's good. Sometimes you can't fight it. You can't fight.
There's no use in fighting the nickname. But he tried to help, and now Marty is traumatized because he got juiced. And now anytime he smells Lockie in here, he hides because he's got PTSD from the juicing era.
He's like, okay, I don't want him to see me, so I'm gonna go back to my hiding space. Oh, hello, my friend Connie. Connie's a neighbor. She's not like my actual neighbor right here out the door, but we're neighbors here in Asheville. Melanie says, I'm still looking for a bear. I've only seen a buck and squirrels, birds, but no bear. Weird. Melanie, they're hanging out by the water. And when there's a lot of people, they hide really well into the forest. You see them most of the time in the fall. That's when they usually come out. Although I've seen many bears, but my time to walk is now when it's about to get dark. I don't recommend this for other people. Also, because if you're not really coordinated, you can fall. I've fallen many times. Ask my knees. They're all messed up. Oh, hello, Wendy. And she's happy hot Sunday. Yeah, it's not too, it's warm. It's 78 degrees here. All right, I'm going to flip this camera on so we can have a look at what we're doing. So I had a couple people ask me, let me get this ready. A couple people ask, did you clean this lens, hon?
Yeah, best I can, but it's cracked, so it's not going to be perfect because the lens is cracked.
All right, I got my workstation lined up here. We don't need to do too much of a zoom. Too much zoom. Oh, Bonnie, we saw a young bear running in the cornfield this weekend. That sounds cute. I'm gonna make some space here. Oh, you guys want to see what I got at this estate sale? I didn't find anything, but I thought until I went and looked at, check this out. Did I show this already, Azalea? This is a perfume bottle. It's marked, it says Sterling on it. And look what happens when you take, there's a spring in there, and look at this. When it's time, when you're gonna get some out of it, you go like this. Boom, that little thing comes up. And then you can, I didn't put any perfume in it, but I'm going to. I haven't decided what I'm going to put in there yet. If that's one of my treasures that I found. Usually I find household things like clamps and things like of that sort. And it's pretty good. I like to do that. So I'm going to adjust myself. So this is the necklace I was talking about that you can use with small beads. This is wire wrapped on, I think it's gold vermeil. Silver, vermeil is silver wire with gold on top. And what I did was I organized them by one side being light and the other side dark. So if I had a neck or a top that had, if I was wearing a dark top, I'd put the light colored beads. And when that's where you'd see it. It's like this, you'd see most of it. Look at, I have to redo this because it's not, I made this, but I will tell you that this is not super sturdy, even though I remember when I was talking about a couple, maybe you don't remember this, but I wire wrapped this and wrapped it really well, if you can tell. But I don't think that was strong enough. It's not real strong, so it bent before. So, oh, hello, Robin. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I appreciate everyone being here. This back on and get it out of the way. So that's some of the things you can do. And while we were doing something else, well, I don't know what we were doing. This is my travel thing, and I have it with me all the time. So I will say in about 2 weeks, we are going to draw some winners. So if you haven't gotten these caps, I was just playing with this, trying to figure out what way that I wanted my cap to go. I'm kind of undecided. Like this is probably the best. So 2 weeks, give it 2 weeks, I'm going to put it in there. And right before the big crafty, is that 2 weeks from now? About 2 weeks. I'm not very good at time, but I will say the Wednesday before the big crafty thing, that's the time, I think. And it's Anne Gardan made these caps. They're enameled. And there's some beads that went with it. But the kit, if you buy the sticks to go with it, then that's what we're looking for this design challenge is how would you style I don't have any sticks because we sent them all and I have to make more. I have a couple people. If you were part of the crew that's been asking for those sticks, we're going to be making more. So anyway, that's one idea. And I thought maybe I'd do something else. I'm undecided. You ever get where you don't know what you're going to do? Well, that's me with this. I thought, hey, what if I did a little bit smaller bead? You never know, right? Kind of looks cute that way too. It's kind of like a hat. The other way is kind of like a berry. The other way is kind of like a hat. So just a reminder, we're going to be drawing that and we'll do a pair of sticks as the prize. And that's going to be taking place soon. All right, here's another idea that I came up with. So this is the lucky dipping question. You guys can't even help. I can't close this. Look what I did. You guys are going to think I'm so wacky. Wendy, you have a good point. Wendy says, do you think they would get delivered in the next week? You guys think a week is enough time? That's Azalea question. You think it's hard to say. Because you know what? It's hard to say what the post office is going to do. You can
It's
never
also
tell.
hard because if you have orders of stuff we have to make, then that takes longer because people ask for me to combine their packages.
Oh yeah. And Wendy, I already have the caps. She sent those out a few weeks ago. So we already have this part. So if you're thinking this should be, if you have things that we're waiting on, maybe not. Like pewter beads, but we're expecting another shipment.
It's hard to do these competitions and put time limits on everything because the post office takes like a long time to ship stuff. I mean, nowadays, if you buy something and it's not, you don't get, if you're not buying it on Amazon, you get regular USPS tracking. A lot of times the tracking will say USPS awaiting item, and they don't actually show you anything until it gets delivered to the next major sorting facility. So in our case, when we ship something, it's going to wait and wait and wait on the tracking number. And then finally, in like a week, you'll see, oh, it arrived in Greensville or Greensboro, wherever. It's very annoying. Everything takes forever to go out. So that's why I'm on the fence about these times, these time frames, because we can't promise what they're going to do. They're slow as Christmas.
Mm-hmm. So this is what's in it. Let's take a look, and I will point things out what I added. So here's what I added. You're not even believe this. I dumped all of this that was in this. These guys are now empty. And if you saw them before, you saw that I had some good stuff in there. Things that I've been using on my necklaces for years. Because, small beads, you don't need to use as many. Let's just take a look. Let's take a slice of a look at all that cheddar. So this is what's in there. And I'm going to make some earrings from this right now. Make some space though. Yeah, if you don't mind not having, if you want all of your stuff combined, then that's the problem time.
That's
if you
why
want
it takes a
combined.
while.
So if you don't have anything that's waiting, then it'll all go together. If that makes sense. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a dip and spread it out. I need a bowl and switch. Do you think here's a good bowl?
He's back.
Oh, my son. He came back. He probably had to just get a drink. That's not even full. That's not even as full as I was making these. So from that dip, let's see. All right. At first I thought, hey, I have these. If you want some of these, you let me know. I'll do a little special on these right now. 4 pairs for $20. They're silver. And you can choose these 2 types, threaders and the regular type with the, they call them a shepherd hook. Carolyn, you'll get 2 in 1 scoop. This is a $25 scoop. Where is it? Where'd it go? I had it over here. Let's get one of these. This will easily, look how many beads is in this. Let me put this back so you can get a good view. So this is 1 scoop of the $25. This is actually, if we're being real right now, I put in here rubies and sapphires. So this is like the cheapest you're ever in your life going to see this. So right there, if you can't make a crochet necklace with that, then I'm afraid I don't know. That will make easily 2 right there. Check it out. Check out what's in there. Let's take a little gander. What I have in there. Opals. There's an opal. Faceted lapis. Let me see. I'm gonna put my glasses on first so I don't really look. All right, and then I put my glasses on to look closely, and then I looked at the computer screen. Goofy. All right, I think it's in focus. Is it in focus? All right, so right here, that is, what is this? So it might look like quartz, but that's, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I bought that as a kind of water clear, like kind of a heliotrope. I'm not 100% on that one. I need my little, what you call it? I'll just use this. There's a pearl. That is chrome dioxide, that green. Some different rubies. I'm going to get my light. There are also rough cut diamonds. I have, that's sunstone. That is, look at that. That's an onion shaped, what is that thing called? How come all my words are escaping me today? Garnet, really good rhodolite garnet. All that down there, there's some Tunduru gem gravel, which is another word for sapphire. It's from a beach in Africa, Tunduru, off the Tunduru River. I threw those in there. There is spinel, black spinel. There is morganite. There is these little ones right here. Those are all sapphires. Actually, oh, and that's some good grade, perfect grade amber. You know, I got that amber from my buddy Claudine. Her dad worked on the Orlando International Airport and an airport in Russia, in Moscow, and they gifted him a strand of, actually several strands of amber. And my friend Claudine gave those to me when we were in college, and I held on to them. So I put in some of the teeny amber beads that were on the necklace. They've been separated for years, and I've been using them in my necklaces. So that's kind of fun. There's little itty bitty pearls. There's a ton of stuff in here. Lapis, lots of things. So anyway, let's just do this so that we'll have time. All right. Brio. There's a lot of briolettes. There's sapphire briolettes in here. Oh, look at this. Look at this juicy nugget.
Briolettes look good on a crochet necklace though.
Yeah, they do.
So
that's actually kind of a big bead that got in there. And it was a whole necklace full of these opals. That's in there. Oh, you want to know what this is? Remember granditerite? So I had some leftovers from the strand. This got in there. So there's a few of those pieces. So a lot of this is stuff from lots that did not, sometimes you need like 6 on a piece, and anything extra I threw in here. Look at this one. Good times. You know what? Sometimes I just like to do one of these and play with it. But we're not going to do that because we have things to do. So anyway, I have these guys. They're called threaders. I don't know if you ever use these. All right. Now, an ear threader, you put it on from this direction, and it has this kind of post. And from this post, you can then drag it through your ear hole, and then it sits right here so that it's not like, it's not shifting. This way it doesn't shift. Once it's seated in place, when this is going through your ear and going through, it doesn't wiggle out. I had problems before with ear threaders where if they don't have this part, the weight of whatever's on it can drag the whole thing forward and then come out. This kind of solves that problem. So if you're interested, you can either say, I want 4 pairs of just these or 2 pairs of these and some shepherd hook. The ones I use, my favorite earrings. I put in everything. These are fun though too. So I can go through here and find some good stuff. Check this one out. That's really pretty. What I like about a bead suit, yes, that's a good name for it. Robin says the ultimate bead suit. Yes, this is the ultimate bead suit. Look at that beautiful. This was in a lot, or I sold those by the strand a few years ago, right after COVID actually, and they sold really fast. The extras were dumped in here. That would be pretty, although they kind of get, they're kind of clear. I don't know if I put those on. I might want to do, I thought this looked good. So what I did for this was I just ran you can just do, they have, you all know how I like a big hole bead, right? So all these I bought to go on my thread necklaces. So that's what this is. This is my overstock, except for things like this. We're gonna get it right. This goes on thread necklaces. You've seen those. This one too. Let me see if I can find those sapphires. They're really beautiful. So this is a pretty little stack. I thought a stack would be good for one of these ear threaders. Oh, hello, Sandy. Wendy says, I wish they were shorter ear threaders. Oh, well, if that's the case, I think that you could just, if you're good, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but you kind of need a little bit of length for it to do its job. Because the whole point of these guys is that they're super lightweight, but they should hit right below the jaw. So they're kind of, it has a, I don't know what they're called.
Wouldn't it kind of slide out otherwise.
No, that won't slide out. If you have them shorter, I feel like then you should just use a shepherd hook. Like this. This is a shepherd hook. And then you can do this. And that's cute. I could actually do that. Look how cute that is. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make this real fast. You're going to see it's like the fastest earring of my life. I am grabbing them from, let's see, I'm going a little pastel. It's looking pretty cute so far. It looks pretty good. Now I need room. Now you don't want to put too much stuff on there. This is odd man out, so I'm going to take off that square one and go back in. What do you think of that little mix? I think that's cute. All right, where are my tools? Here we go. You know what? We don't have our usual playlist, Azalia. That's what's missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we kind of came in here slowly, like.
No, I've been in here all day. I've been making things.
It's good.
Yeah. That's enough. Hmm. And I save my little cutoffs. You never know. I save them for the purpose of melting them down. It takes a long time to get enough to melt anything down. So I just put them in a little bag. All right, so I have one little stack. It's like, you know what? I could have done a rainbow with that. Maybe the next one I'll do that. So these are not solid. I should point that out. That otherwise I would have put that on early. So they're not. These have they have a break right near the top. We'll just check it out. If it's too long, I'll do something else. Actually, before I close it, I'm going to check it out. Oh, Ann Gardan, our friend, not missing out on Green Girl, not even on vacation. Well, thank you, Ann. I appreciate you tuning in. Ann's in New Hampshire. I was just showed me a picture, Ann. Thank you for sending it. So it looks amazing. So this actually looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty cute. That might be a little long for some. Now, if that's the case, I'm going to take this off. I love these threaders. You know what I usually do with a threader? I'll tell you, I will do one bead. And one bead is usually sufficient for my purposes. So I'll show you. Let me see what's in here that I will. Earlier I grabbed, look how cute this is. This is like the tiniest little moonstone. But I think I want something with a little more bang. Something. Oh, that's pretty. Is it a green labradorite? That's pretty. That might be good. Let's see what else is in here that I might like. It's kind of fun to go through this. It's part of the ritual, I think. Looking. Tourmaline. There's a ton of tourmaline because you gotta know how I feel about it. You know, it's so full that every time I was doing this, it kind of spills off the edge. So there's a little opal I see from here. It's maybe I need a moment. So how would that look? Let's check it out. Let's see. So that has a nice long ear thread on it. And that's kind of a willow opal. I don't know. I think I like that one. What do you think, Azalia? I think that looks good. Mm-hmm. All right. you can talk for a moment. I'm gonna turn some stuff off. It's getting on my nose. I get too many things in my mind.
She's gonna go turn off the air cleaner and probably turn the TV music on. We were talking about doing Lucky Dip again because she done filled up that thing so good and hard. I didn't even know she was gonna do that. I just came in here and it was like pouring out. It's like, dang. She's getting into it.
Well,
She had like 15 containers of beads that were all in her personal collection that she was just willy-nilly pouring into this thing and mixing it. But I liked watching her scoop it. It was good. It's sparkling in my eyes. Maybe I need a Lucky Dip for myself.
well, I will give you one.
Yay.
I will give you some for sure. You know what I've been putting on the TV? Can you hang the beads on the chain? Oh, yeah, actually, that I was just about to say that's one of the things you can do. Oh, synthwave. They know what I like. I'll turn it down there. Uh-oh. That wasn't me listening to that at full volume.
I mean, I can't hear nothing now.
Well, I had it at it was kind of high. It was good times. All right, let's see what I could go in. Let me get a little bit of a. Darren says you have to work overtime after tonight. Karen, why do I have to work overtime?
I don't like the sound of overtime. That is not my
I
favorite.
work all the time. When am I not working? All right, that looks pretty good. So you can really see what I'm doing. Now this will require, I got my glasses on. So this chain, you can, and I think that's a good idea when I do that. I found this one in there. I scooped it earlier. It's a teeny little, what is that? I don't know, but you know what? I don't think it's an emerald. I threw emeralds in here. You can spot the emeralds. They're a beautiful grassy green. There's also chrome dioxide. There's also, this is peridot sticks. That's pretty. I'll just do a scoop. Let me do one so that we can see. This is so last week.
Yes, you could always do like a small scoop and then try to name a bunch of the ones you see in there. Oh yeah, I saw some opals.
This is good. I really packed this one full. I just went through my collection and just started pouring it in there because it was super satisfying. I don't know if y'all have ever done that, but it's so satisfying. So that was a small one. This is the big dip. And look how much you get in that big dip. So good. That's a lot of beads, yo. You ever take a bead off a strand? Then you know this is probably 50 strands of beads. Not in this whole thing. Actually, it's probably, I don't know. I mean, this is from, part of it was on my desk. Let's see what I'm gonna put on there. I'm gonna look for my, like, small ones. I'll find some smalls.
An abduction has taken place.
Leave that cat alone. I'm gonna hang some off the chain. That was a good idea. I like it. Ooh, see some pink sapphire right there. I'm gonna grab it. There's a big pink sapphire right here. And you'll also note how with what ease that went on that these are 26 gauge. It's my favorite type of wire that I like to use. And I'm gonna put that one right here because I'm gonna have it go. You could go all the way up. Why not? Let's see what happens. All right, I need another one. Oh, I have some here. I'm gonna go pink, maybe pink and green. That's not a thing that I do, is it? JK, I know I do it all the time. This is when I look. I need a bigger box so I can really stir it with abandon.
Talking. This cat is a yapper.
Oh, almondine garnet. When was the last time you saw almondine garnet? Look, almondine is one that has that silver sheen. And it's trilled from, see the drill? Yeah, Tina says there's a lot of bling in there. Yeah, there is. Oh, Karen says Azelle will be overwhelmed with lovers. I will love that story. Yeah, you know, I got a hole where my dishwasher is supposed to be. So the floor needs to be ripped out. So that is the worst story ever. There was a leak And, we went to Home Depot and they said they were going to have a dude come over and like the contractor. I'm looking for a blue. Oh, I like the color of this one. This is a favorite. These were, that blue is really pretty. I'm going to put that one right there. I like that. So let me see. Oops, some more of these sticks. That's too big. Oh, I'll use this one. Maybe I'll do a briolette at the end. What a briolette should I do? Or this. There's some of this. This is, I had a customer, this gal bugged the living daylights out of me to make this necklace for her. And so I traveled all over Tucson hunting for these tourmaline crystals. And then she said I took too long and was like, I don't want it anymore. Carolyn says, would the small gems fit on 24 or 23 gauge? Now remember, if it gets too
let me drop a
big,
link real quick. Hold up, y'all. So we got some requests when we did this before, people asking about the Ceylon. So I listed it. I listed what Ceylon we have. Here's a link, you guys. If you want some of the stuff that Mom uses to make her necklaces, this is the exact size. So that link should go to the Facebook and the YouTube if you guys can see it.
Good job, little daughter. Oh, 22 might be, let me see, I've got 22. Yeah, that could work. It depends on the beads, but most of these 26 gauge is what they're designed for. I mean, some of them have massive holes because, y'all know how I feel about a big hole bead. So this one, that's 22 would fit that, and then that actually fit 10 gauge. I'm exaggerating, not 10 gauge, but maybe 18. This one has a great big hole. That could fit that could fit a 24 gauge. This opal could fit 24 gauge. So I would say, depending on what you're going to do, my reasoning that I bought this was so that I could get this stuff. The beads, I bought these to fit this. I don't have this color, y'all. I only have this one, and I've already been using it. So this is nylon wire or nylon Ceylon, Eslon. I think they're basically the same product. They just different trade name, I guess. I don't know what the difference is. Somebody told me someone else bought it. I don't remember the history, but it's the same thing. So I have this not this color. Azalea, can you pass me the one that you do have the color of? Would you like beige, black, or just so I can show eggplant? Just so I can show it. So what? All these, about 15, I don't know how long I've been making these necklaces for, probably 16, 17 years. I have been collecting these beads so that I can make my crochet necklaces. And yeah, here's one right here. I used to do that intergalactic bead show, but I stopped doing them. That guy used to charge, listen to this. He wanted to charge like all of the bead shows in one time. And I was like, listen, I'm not going to wherever it was that he was trying to send it. I was like, I will do the show that I want to do. You're not going to get me to prepay for a show I'm not going to do. Like it was like in New York or something. I'm not driving that far. Not that I haven't in the past, but I'm just saying. So this is one here. This is on the beige. This is my favorite. Like this is and then you can see you can get some bigger beads, but for the most part, they are the size, pretty small size, and they have a good sized hole because they're fitting on this core. Yeah, here's some of that blue I just showed. Not pretty. So that's what all this is. Oh, hello, Murray. All right, so black. Where's the rest of it? She's showing me the different colors. So anyway, this is what we have in stock with black. There's like a deep, deep eggplant. There's also my favorite, which is the beige. Yeah, I don't know if they're still doing that, Wendy. I don't know, but that's why I stopped doing it because I was not about to pay for, there was like uh 15, 20 shows, and I was like, listen, I cannot afford to run a card for like $2,500. I mean, I get why they were doing it, so they could, they could pay for the spaces in advance. But what if something come up? You can't. I don't know. To me, that's just not. I can't operate like that. There's a few shows around here that do that too, and I don't know. To me, that's you got to pay for way in advance the one you want. So I don't know. All right, let's see if I can do this without breaking it. Sometimes it can be hard to get these correct. And so I'm moving that down. If I'm doing this part, I have to be pretty focused. Put those aside. I always put aside my little clips. You never know. I use them, melt them down. I usually wait till there's a great big old pile before I do it. I'm trying to straighten this out. See what I did there? I hate it when I do that. So if that happens and you get one side that's kind of cockeyed like that, you can very gently open it out on the other. But you have to be gentle because you could actually crack your stone. So with the most, you hang on from the one side, focus, and you take that and then pull forward. Just gently. Wow. See, did I do it? It's not perfect. That's okay. I don't want it to dingle dangle too long, and I'm going to check it. I might not want it. So sometimes you just have to check it out and see how it looks. Yeah, Karen, I've also cracked some briolets. That might be making it a really long earring. So in the meantime, I'm going to make sure that is what I want because I might not even use it. What I might do is grab one of these in here that's like this one right here might be perfect. All right. Now, when I'm making these, I want to make sure that I'm going nice and slow. The further up the tip you go, I'm going to move some of this out of the way so that I can see, barely even close it. I went a little nuts, but in the best possible way, right? All right, let's put some on this chain, see what happens. These have some very small holes. You're not going to be able to get 22 gauge through here. It's going to have to be 26 or 28. So I'm going to go low. I'm going to go right here. I think that's a good spot for that. Maybe actually I'm going to go up a little. I don't know. I'm looking at the drop too. And the drop is how far it is from the top of the piece to the end. That's the drop. This is a good time to use optivisors because these are pretty small and you don't want to mess things up. So I know some friends are like, I don't need Optivisors, and you don't use them because you need them. You use them so that you won't need them in the future. Because while readers are working, and you know what, I'm wearing readers right now. I'm gonna trim, so this is kind of getting too much here to manage. I'll get this itty bitty small. And you need some fine little pliers for this. These have a nice sharp point on them. They're very sharp. I mean, I have some that might be actually sharper, but these work pretty well. And the chain is on this part. I can see that. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. And what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to bother trying to get that. Maybe I can pinch it close. We'll see. Go in like that. You know what? I keep meaning to go and get I'm just going to flip it. It's so small, and these will never be a stress point. I'm just going to do that, cover it. All right, with one on there. And that looks pretty cute. So, and you know what? I need to order some liver sulfur because I want those to have a nice color. I want them to be kind of black with an oxidized coloration. I'll do another one. This is a little, what is this? It looks like a little tiny cute appetite. I'm going to put it a hair higher than the other one. That'll be pretty. Oh, so Am, I don't know if you heard earlier, I would like to see what people are going to make with the bead caps and the sticks. And the prize will be a pair of sticks. So we'll put in some of the information on a post. The only thing is I have to give time for people to make stuff. So that's the only
time for stuff to arrive.
That's what I meant to say. The time for things to arrive. All right. So we have 2 on there now. So what that's looking like. Pretty cute. Let's lay it down and see what's looking. Here's that pink. And I want this one to sit right under that green one. And so you can see I figured out the I've almost closed that loop. Wendy wants to see the do's and don'ts of what does it say? I don't know about liming, but I just oxidize, Wendy. I don't know what the liming that you're talking about. You're talking about patina? Oh, hello, June. June's our friend. June came to see us in Tucson one year when we were with the Full Bead Show. That was a few years ago now. Good times. So I'm going to put that one right here. I'm going to drop that in there. June, we're making earrings with the lucky dip that we have. And that's right here. This is a scoop from that. And I emptied out several of my tins of my personal collection of crochet necklace materials. And that was pretty fun. Oh, Carolyn has the kind of threader that can be worn that's the usual kind I used to get, but maybe I made mine heavy. So I like the ones with the seat, and that's this part here. So it is not as versatile, but you don't have the danger of them sliding forward and sliding out. That was my problem with the ones that are all just chain. So we have 3 on there on that chain. They're looking mighty sweet. Okay, now what? Let's see. This was good. Originally, I wanted to put this one on there, but I don't know if I like it. So that's an option. I think it's a little too, I don't know. I think it's a little too long. I'll just save this one for later's. And I'm going to look in here. I think it also, when I talk a little bit about like a callback, in comedy, it means you're doing a joke and then you're bringing it back around. It's like a standard in comedy writing. We're going to do a callback, or in design talk, you're not making it where you just have one element, you never see it again. So while I have rounds up here, I think I'll pick a round from in here that will go with it. So I'm going to set this here and we're going to look closely and see. I'm going to put this light a little closer on there. So I'm going to dig through this. I'm going to find one that has the right shape. So this one's from the bigger tin. I believe this is this tin right here. I know this tin. I'll have to see. I don't remember which one I write. Oh, I like this one. Now this is what kind of shape is this? This is this ear wire is like 20 gauge. It's a massive. Let's see if it fits. So I don't remember who was asking me if what will fit, but take a gander at that. That's a big hole for that size of a bead right there. So that's one. I don't know. I think that's really pretty. See, you have a little bit of this teal. It's kind of combining that. So I could put that on there, or I could pick something clear. I'm gonna set that one aside and see. What do I want? All right, maybe this one. No. I'm so tempted with the briolettes. That's craziolite, that light green craziolite, which is basically it's a green amethyst, but clearer. There's another one of those. So this is called an indicolite tourmaline. That's what that color is. It's one of the most expensive colors of tourmaline that you can find. Let's see, maybe a clear would be good. There's some more tourmaline right there, opal. Maybe this one. This is iolite. That's pretty too. Look at the size of that hole. Wendy says she needs a drink every time I say big hole. Well, Wendy, get prepared to be drunk, unless you're drinking kombucha. This is good. These are some high quality. I got these. This was pale, the palest, most beautiful amethyst. I got a strand of that. Threw those in there. How pretty that one is. And look, they fit on. That's 22 gauge wire. Come on. Can't even hardly take it. Azalea, would you like the first scoop when I start scooping?
Yeah.
I haven't even started the scooping. Sorry. I know we had several messages of people saying, are you doing this again? When are you doing this again? When are you doing this again?
Because some people missed it.
They missed it, so I'm going to do it again. And this time I jam-packed it, as you can see. There's more of everything. So I went upstairs, got some of my my other tin that I throw in. I'm working. I want this to be a nice small hole, so I'm working at the tip of the pliers. The bigger, the further down, the bigger the hole. See what I'm saying? Now, if you want them to all be the same, you could mark it with a Sharpie. It's a little tip I heard from, I think Kate. I don't know, a lot of tips from Kate. Or that might be Abby. Abby always has a good tip from the bead place. All right. Actually, I could just close that one up. I'm going to just close this one because just close it because it's on an open piece that I need to put it on, so it doesn't matter. And I always put my thumb or finger so that the thing doesn't flick in your eye. You don't want that to happen. All right. So I figured there'd probably be a few people that would like one today, this scoop. I don't have as many tins, but I have to go hunt for them because, I figured most people got it on Wednesday. So for those that did not get it, I will be scooping here un momento, practicing my duo. The other day, here's how duo and learning a language can be useful. So Joanne and I went to an estate sale. I know you guys are like, do you have a job? I do. But I went to this estate sale in Hickory, and I've been dealing with my tire going like there was a slow leak. And finally, the tire just was flat. It was just completely flat. And we pulled over to a BP, and I was standing around trying to change it. I realized that someone had used, I think Greg had used the lug nut on another car or the lug wrench, and I did not actually have all the tools to change the tire. So I was standing there with my teeth in my mouth trying to figure out, like, now what? And we were standing there for a minute, nothing was happening. I was like, what are we gonna do? And I called Greg. But these nice young men, they came up they appeared from, I don't know where they popped up like in a Jack in the Box, but they didn't speak very much English. And from my broken Spanish, we were able to communicate. And it was pretty good. And it took a while to find the correct lug nut wrench, whatever we call it. So I used my Espanol. And I was like, yo necesito ayudar. What was that for? Is that she took?
I don't know.
Ayuda. So I need help or help. So that was pretty good. If you guys have good Spanish, please don't tell me how bad my Spanish is. I'll get discouraged. I'm also learning chess, and it's like another language. So that's one. What do you think? You know what? I only have 4 on there, and that's going to make me a tiny bit crazy. So I'm going to put one more, just one. Bear with me. One more, and then we'll. And for those of you that did not get a scoop, I'm getting ready to scoop in a minute. I'm just going to put one more drop. One more only. So how many earrings can you make with this? That's like that owl that says, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Right here, how many ear fretters can you make with this container of beads? A lot. I wanted that blue in there, but I might go with something a little lighter. Because I feel like I've got a green at the topmost. And maybe I want a pale one. I put in a morganite in here. And what's the one? Is morganite, is that the pink and blue? Pink and blue and morganite? Yeah, I'll put in some pink and blue in there. And a lot of this, there's some Tunduru gem gravel. Oh, that yellow right there. These are the sweetest little sapphires. I got those in Hawaii when I was set up next to Donna Conklin. I don't know if Donna remembers this. This green would be perfect. With that teeny sweet little apparel. That'd be perfect. And the gal that sold with me, she's Filipina. And she says to me, she goes, so when are you due? And I was like, due for what? And she goes, aren't you pregnant? And I was like, no. And she goes, oh, are you sure? And I was like, Mom, is that you? Because my mom was always being like, she's trying to do this thing where she'd be like, if she kept saying it, she would like will it into existence. And she wanted so bad for me to have more babies. She was like, why not? You got such good babies. She loved my babies. So I was like, yeah, that's true. But anyway, that was my story for those. The strand of sapphires were yellow, and then they had that color. I think they call it padparasha because it's a delicious orange. And so the strand went from regular, it was like yellow, and then there's some that are like brilliant orange. So it was super, super vibrant, and they're beautifully faceted. And anyway, that's from that. I saw one just now. So it's pretty good. Trim that little dude. Oh, Wendy says, you'd have forgotten all you knew. Well, that's what usually happens when I'll tell them, I'm like, listen, it's, like, mi hablo español un poco, because, I'm doing duo, and duo teaches you how many naranjas you have in the basket, and it gets out of the alignment of the few words, and they're not really, it's basically a game for brain training.
Because they don't teach you the roots of anything.
No roots.
That's how you figure out how to learn words, is by learning the roots and how they work. And then you can figure out what things are saying without knowing the full word that they teach you. Because if they teach you one full word at a time without teaching you how to create something in past or present, or talking about other people or yourself or a group, if they don't show you that graph and the roots of the words and the suffix, then there's no hope. Because,
well, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Well, I just learned differently, and there's still a lot that I remember from my Spanish class where we learned how to actually, like, it was almost like a puzzle, putting them together.
That is
not
true.
Really much of a game.
I took Spanish in high school, and that has evaporated. All that knowledge, I'm basically relearning. So, all right. Now, that's 5 of those little beads, and it made a really pretty really pretty earring. I'm gonna put that on here in a moment. All right, let's do this dipping action. So for those that missed out, so here's how it breaks down, and I will show you. I weighed these before. They'll probably be a little heavier this time because I have a good variety, and there's a good, like, mixture. So the spaces are packed pretty full. So we'll just go from here. So this is $25. This is $30, and this is $100 for that. So here's what you get in the scoop. I'm gonna pour that back. I'm gonna stir it. So here's how it goes. Just tell me who wants one if you would like a 25, and Azalea will put a sticker on it for you. And what we'll do is that's what, we'll go through the rigmarole with the sending out invoices and everything. All right, I'm going to give this a little stir. So I know there was a few people, 2 or 3 out there, that asked me to do this again, that felt like they missed out. So I went and I packed this thing full, found a bunch of beads, emptied out all of these guys. All that is now in here. So good times, good times. And it's not, I kept spilling them anyway, so this is pretty good. We can.
There you go. So bonus.
Works out. Because then you only have to carry a small container of beads. Oh, June. Oh, wait. All right. You know what? I looked up, and okay, I see Donna says a $30 scoop, so I'll scoop Donna's. Okay, Zoe, get your thing ready. I need to get the tins. I might run out of tins.
I can probably have some more.
Like 7 tins over here. So there might be a few people that want one. All right. So Donna, I'm making yours. So this is the $30 scoop. And you can see I've heaped it full. Throw in a few more now, because I'm not greedy.
And then I have a little sticker that looks like this.
Okay, so
and I put it on.
So she's putting it on there.
You have to lit it up first. All right, there you go.
All right, I see that Michelle would also like a $30 one. All right, this one is for you, Michelle. You getting in there? Ooh, look at this one, Michelle. Check this one out. Get ready to be delighted. Look what's in that lucky dip. See that opal? That was from a very, very expensive strand that I got when I did the New York show. And that's where I met my friend, Sun. She gave this board to me. She's a really nice lady. I was set up next to her. And that's when Azalea was like, I want a new mommy, and Sun should be my mommy. She was like 4 years old.
Oh.
She loved Sun. So anyway, to comfort myself, I bought a strand of beads that was insane. So that was my comfort prize. All right, let me
Rough
see what I
story.
have here. I have another one I saw. I'm getting behind. I need to move a little quicker here.
June.
Oh, June. June is next. June. So that's the size for that. I'm gonna open one of these guys. Put my glasses back on. What's happening?
It's June, and then Caroline, and then I didn't see below
A
that. I'm
heaping
writing.
spoonful. There you go. Oh, one fell out. Here, June. Let me find something. Here, June, you can have the one that fell was a good one, so I'm gonna throw in where to go. Here, here's some right for you. All right, this is for June.
Next is Caroline.
No, Helene. I almost asked someone, but today we'll ask for 230 containers. All right, Helene is next.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's June, and then there's Helene, and then Caroline says,
Oh,
you
Okay.
almost missed Helene. She wants 2 scoops of the 30. Okay, so that's this. Oh no, that's this. Container. All right, this is going to be a good one too. I'm going to get in there and make sure you get something good. They're all over the place in here. Oh wait, that's the full size. Go like this. Oh, that's this one. Ooh, I saw some of those sapphires go in. So this is 2 of those azalea.
mm-hmm.
And check out that garnet. You cannot find that cut anymore. And believe me, I've looked. So in this scoop, I see, check that out, all that. There's sapphires right there. Goodness. Yeah, at first I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I have all these beads and I'll never be able to use them in my lifetime all organized. So this will be great. All right, so Carolyn says she wants a medium. Okay. These have been good, these little spice jars that I got. So this one's for you, Carolyn. You see that? I scooped you up some. That was other granditorite that was in there. See that? Was your granditorite? Look at that. Can't even find that anymore. Yeah, that's a good one. This one is for Caroline, a medium. All right, I have a Jan one. It's a $30 one. Okay, so make sure you check your any spam if you haven't shopped, or if you or like, hey, where are those? Where's my invoice? So Jan,
I can tell it. Okay, so if you've never shopped with us before, send us an email either at the link at the top of our screen here, or go to the website and send an email. If your email is not registered in our system, and if you do not see an invoice, then check your spam. Because our stuff's been going to spam lately and it makes me mad and I don't know how to fix that, but you have to check it.
I'm going to give this another stir. So in here also, this has, I was telling you that story about that really beautiful, I broke apart the necklace from my friend Claudine. So that amber you're seeing in here is actual Baltic amber. And I took apart a necklace to get that. So that's what's in here too.
It looks like Anthea is next.
Anthea. All right, Anthea, I got you. I'm going to scoop it good for you. Where'd it go? Oh, we got one of those ones, my comfort prize from New York City. Hey, Karen Steinkamp, cost. Karen. Oh, Terry's joining us. Terry. All right, let's see. Karen wants a big scoop, so that's this. This is a big old scoop.
Oh, you dogs! What temptation! I agree.
Well, we had emails. A bunch of people watched the replay and they're like, do you have any more? And my thing was not.
It was
Not-
scraped down
it
to
was
the
really
bottom.
scraped down.
So she refilled.
And so I refilled from my personal collection. All right. So that's.
Oh yeah, we also, if you got one of these sets on Wednesday, it's a lot of small beads. It'll be really good for a crochet thread necklace. And if you don't have any Ceylon, I dropped a link just now for some Ceylon that we have listed on our website, so you can get them shipped together.
We might have some bead caps. Message me and I'll see what I have. You can check the website, but I might have a few more. Anne is not in town right now. She is on vacay in New Hampshire, so you'll have to wait for later. So this was Karen's.
Okay.
Who's next?
Let me see.
I think
The next
C. Gray,
person.
like a $30 scoop.
Oh yeah, C. Gray. There you go.
Okay, I wonder if that's it. And if we haven't shipped at C. Gray, we will combine. Is always good at combining.
Yeah, I shipped a bunch the day after the live.
Look at a nice mountainous scoop. That one. Check that out. So that's your $30. Check out what's in there.
I was good about it that time. I tell you guys all the time, I'm shipping soon, but that time I actually did ship the very next day. So
Donna says, can I add 25 to my 30 that you already scooped? This one's Sea Gray.
yeah, let me find the one for Donna real quick.
Hello, Kimberly. Hello, Christine. Christine, message me if you don't see any on the website. I might have some more.
So Donna wants to add more. Let me see.
Terry says, so it was a good idea. Yeah, I would say it was a good idea. You know, the first person that said it to me, though, was Joanne when she was helping me clean.
Here's Donna's. Add another 25 to hers.
She goes, you can just scoop these in a container. And I was like, yeah, but that's how I ever figure out how much it costs. And I figured out that I had to weigh it. That's how. But some of these have different weights.
It's like discounted.
It's so discounted, y'all. You're never gonna get.
It's basically
right
a studio cleanse.
Yeah, right there on top. That's indicolite tourmaline. This is going in. Here you go. High grade tourmaline. Yeah, that's like the best deal. Have rough cut diamonds in here. That whole thing spilled. They're gray. They're gray.
Is that Donna's?
This is Donna's.
There you go. Wow, I like those colors in there.
Jan would also like to add another $30 to her previous $30 scoop.
All right, here's Jan's. I wrote it already. Oh, I already I shipped like 99% of the bead scoops from the other day.
Oh, good. So if there's any,
like I spent
check it and
hours shipping. So we'll see if you didn't get a shipping notification for your package, I can probably combine your order. But I did tell everybody that night, I said, I'm going to send the invoices out tonight and have these shipped to you guys tomorrow because you look excited. So I did do that. I didn't really know we would be doing Lucky Dip again.
I didn't know either, but I did get quite a few messages. And look, it's not even, check that out. It's still awesome. And there are a lot of vintage stones. One of the things that's good about that is that in this particular blend is that you're getting things in cuts and colors that, you probably won't find just because, some things it's like there isn't unlimited. It's a finite resource. Like some of these opals, like there was a strand here. Well, the grandidorite. I can't find this anymore. I've been looking for the past 3 years. So that's the thing is sometimes you get it, sometimes you won't. This is part of this. These guys, these were the Baltic amber that was a gift from, the necklace I was telling you about my friend Claudine gave me from the folks in Russia that treated her dad. She did her dad did the Orlando International Airport and the airport in where, I see another thing here. Anthea would like another 30 to hers.
Show this cat.
He wants to get ready to, has pretty good work ethic. He's trying to avoid Lockie, so.
Lockie, he doesn't bother him. He hides.
Okay, Anthea, I'm adding another medium scoop to your blend.
Marty.
Don't make him cry, Zoya.
He just do it on his own. He's talking. He has a big old burger head. It's my son.
Ooh, check it. Granditerite. That is Ethiopian opal. Oh, and you know what? There's sunstone in here that I got from Mike's collection from Softlex, and he got it from Mike Lust. If you remember, that's Leah Fairbank's husband. And Mike had a sunstone mine in Montana, and I got a strand, and some of that's in here. So there's sunstone that I got from that mine. It's US. Good times right there. Good times. Let's see. Michelle says, I would like to say this is a fantastic weekly thing. Yeah, I hope I can keep doing it, but you never know. I mean, when I run out, then I'll be running out. But I feel like you guys, it'll be a long time. The next one I want to do is one with pearls, because I have a very sweet collection of pearls. And I might have to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we'll see. Caroline says, I'll do one more at 30. So let me find hers, Azalea. Helene says, really like the random variations and surprise. I think that's fun. Oh, Tina says, Randy from Thunder Horse Descendants did same thing. She's moving, so she did scoops. Everyone loved it, and she had small and large. I need to do the large because I have some crazy awesome beads in my collection. All right. So yeah, this is one that I could have made. It would have just been a lot of work. This is way easier. But yeah, you just never know what's gonna happen. All right, Carolyn, get ready. I see leave this one. Stop. Don't stop. Check that stuff out. Look at that.
This cat's got a lot of protest in his heart.
There, and Dickolite. Mm-hmm. Good times. Hessonite. There's Hessonite garnet. There's opal. All right. Let's see. Are we done? Everybody get some? So if you're watching on replay, I have a lot here, so don't be worried. I had some people like flipping it and sending Azalea like message after message after message.
Or emails.
I can't afford for it to be weekly. It's probably, I'm gonna have to give it a minute because there's a lot I have to unbox. So probably not next week. Pearls is on my list. I do have a lot of good pearls. All right. Kimberly says, I'd like to get the medium size. She'd like to get $50 worth. So that would be, let's see, 25. We'll just do those two, right? Is that correct, Donna?
Which ones?
She wants $50 worth. I have 25 and 30. So
that would make
55 of these.
Yeah, two. Yeah. Dang.
Sorry. My math. What's 25 and 25, Azalea?
Good question.
Here we go.
Took me a minute too. I done forgot. I guess it's because I kind of forgot we had a $25 level. If people want the 30 and the 100 the most.
Well,
I'm not messing around with the small portions, to be honest.
Yeah.
This cat is
a lot of treasure
big and
in
greedy, and
I'm
sitting
heaping
in front
this.
of me.
You guys see how I'm not going where I'm doing it where it's like it's like only filled like this. I'm filling it up. Okay, that one goes to Kimberly.
Oh my goodness, you have some piling up over here. Here we go.
All right, let's see. Harriet says a $30 one. All right, that's this one. I'm gonna give it another stir. What happened to I got this really cute scoop in the estate sale. Joanne was like, you need to do a show when we're at the estate sale. Because I'm rolling in like I know, like if it's art supplies, that's the ones I go to. I got some golden paints. It wasn't a super huge deal, but it was a good time. I'm giving it a stir, so it's, they're dragging it from every corner. That cat just does me wrong.
He's on the table now.
I know, I don't like when they get on the table.
He don't care.
I know, he doesn't care.
He's handsome. He do what he want.
He for sure does what he wants.
I'm covered in cat hair after squeezing and kissing him face. He's mad.
Ooh, I see. There's some rounds in here. It's open rounds. There's some
Demonstrating his
slices.
anger by slapping the table with his tail.
Mhm.
Just thumping it.
Okay, get another 10. All right, Harriet wants a $30 scoop. Yeah, you all have taken beads off a strand. You know this is a good deal. You know how it becomes like invisible once you pour it into your palm?
True. Yeah, you pour out a whole strand. You're like, there's no way. This is like 10 beads, but it's a full strand.
There's a lot of opal in that sunstone. There's that sunstone I was talking about. That was a good strand. I still have some of that left that I made into earrings, and I wear them all the time. So you could absolutely make, I would say, minimal 2 necklaces like this. If you look at our directions for making crochet necklace, you can get a necklace out of that. Let's be real. You get actually probably 3 out of there. And the earrings are unlimited. If you do these little smalls like this, I call it putting sugar on your piece. Check it. That's not even, look, that's not even like 10 beads, but look at the impact and movement. All right, let's see what else I have here. Is that it? Am I done with this tonight? Let's see. Michelle says it doesn't seem likely that you'll run out anytime soon. Good. Yeah. And also I will use this. So I'm going to be using it too to make my necklaces.
Yeah, you could always use the Ceylon and stiffen it with the freight check and then just draw it through there and see what beads get picked up.
Donna says you're still on. What? Oh, I was about to say it's $1.21. Listen, it's not $1.21. We've been on for an hour and 21. I don't know why I thought that in my brain. Donna, I was just talking about you. I was telling that story. Remember when we were neighbors in Hawaii and I got those sapphires? There were these sapphires I got, but I had to comfort myself from one of my other neighbor on the other side asked me how far along I was.
Dang.
See, that's sometimes Filipino ladies, they tell it like they see it.
True. Marty.
All right. Okay, my friends. I see that I feel like we're done.
Still the football.
Still the people. All right. You could do, Caroline, I like where your brain is going. Caroline says we could crochet gem clusters on our necklaces. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That is a fantastic idea. All right. So if you want any more of this, just reach out.
Call.
Yeah, if there's any more before I put the stuff away and before I get busy to working. Are the threaders on your website? Donna, these are not. I was just saying, listen, oh yeah, here's the earring. This is the earring I made tonight. The threaders I was going to say I was doing 4 for $20, 4 pairs. Or you could pick out 2 pairs of the, cause I have a bunch of them. I buy them in bulk. I have this 2 kinds. So there's the threader and shepherd hook. You can get 2 of these and 2 of these, or you can get, all 4 of this kind. So just give me a shout out if you want them.
He's ready for the snack. He's slapping the table with his tail.
Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? That cat's ready. And get ready for now. He's ready.
Flip the camera.
I'm not. You can do it for me. He's got his hand on my. Oh, he doesn't have a hand. I mean his paw hand.
Paw hand.
Is it flipped?
It is. Here, you got this in the way.
I'll get that out of the way. All right.
Ready.
All right. Oh, Donna Azalea would like 4 pairs of ear threaders. Can you write that down?
Yeah,
Or
to get my
Donna. This cat.
It's so loud.
Look how far out he's perched.
He's
perched. He does not want to miss a drop.
There's like a good,
It is.
13 inches between his head and his foot. He stretched himself out.
He's really stretching himself out here.
And neck long.
He's like, he reminds me of, y'all ever see Avatar, The Last Airbender? where there's the
desert under.
desert library
They've
with
got that owl
big owl.
with a long neck.
He's got a long neck too. He's got great big. And June with like 3 pairs of the ear threaders. Thanks, Terry. The glasses are they're from Peepers or something, or what are they called? I get them at Whole Foods. Because I'm constantly losing my glasses. So I never, gone are the days when I have really fancy glasses. And I think they're called Peepers or something. Anyway, they're good. They're really good. All right, my friends, that was fun. That was exciting. I love doing that. I love, what else I love? I love not counting, because a lot of times Azalea and I got to count beads forever and a day when we're doing kits. So that's awesome. All right, so we have the Great Bead Extravaganza that's coming up after the Big Crafty. We will be at the Big Crafty live. So if you want to come see us, say hi. We will be there second weekend in July, and it will be a lot of fun. I'm bringing all kinds of stuff. We've been dyeing asymmetricals. We've been cutting them out. Those are the kind of like a poncho type top. Pretty cool. All right, let's see. Can you show your necklace? Christina's asking. All right. Yes, I have. This is one. This is a crocheted one. This one features sapphires. Actually, these sapphires are the exact same ones. They're in the Lucky Dip. So you get to enjoy that. And then one side is Karen Hill Tribe beads. So you don't have to do like your nicest things, but why not? It's kind of fun to wear some luxurious pieces. This one has black opal. It's also crocheted. Could be knotted though. Oh no, this is not. This is not crochet. I take it back. This is a knotted with gold plate and black opal. These are little black opal mala beads. The next, I have a huge selection of mala beads. I'll do a Lucky Dip, and I think it would be great. All right, my friends, it was wonderful hanging out with you. I'm so glad you guys have enjoyed our Lucky Scoops, Lucky Dips. We will be seeing you again on Wednesday. I think we'll be doing another tutorial, and we will probably be playing with Anne's bead caps. I've messed with them a little bit, and I'm undecided on some of the things I'm going to do with it. So we'll probably be working with them again, using some of the stuff that we got today. So it's not going to be like you just see it today and that's it. So we'll be revisiting it, and we'll be doing something fun. I have some other things to show you. So y'all be creative out there. Do something nice for your friends and your neighbors. Stay safe and keep crafting. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Good night, my friends.